Hey guys, Ted here with Salty Cycles. Hey, today's video is going to be about how to adjust your handlebars to find a more comfortable riding position. As we start to get into trainer season, maybe it's a little colder weather, a little rain coming our way, you might be spending more time indoors on the trainer. And maybe your bike's really comfortable on the road, but it just doesn't feel the same on the trainer, or possibly it feels better on the trainer, but when you take it out on the road, you just can't find that same level of comfort. Well, an easy way to adjust your comfort is in your hand position that can be done by rotating the handlebars. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. It's really easy. You're going to need a couple of simple tools. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks, and hopefully you can get your hands, elbows, wrists, everything in a more comfortable position. Ride further, ride faster, ride more comfortable. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be working on my Argon 18, which uses 4 bolts in the stem that holds the handlebar on. They're 4mm hex key to loosen those. And a little tip that you may want to think about is get yourself a silver Sharpie. Silver because your handlebar is normally black, so a black Sharpie is not going to do you any good. And what I would recommend doing is finding where you are today. Find a little opening in your stem mount and mark where the bar currently sits today. So before you start making any adjustments, go back and mark where it is right now. The reason you want to do this is if you make an adjustment and it actually gets worse and you want to go back to where it was before and you didn't make a mark, it's going to be really hard to find that spot. So you just simply make a couple of marks. It's super easy to wash off. Don't be afraid of putting too many marks. And then as you make really small incremental changes and you don't like it, you can always go back to where it was before to have a baseline to start over. So we've got 4mm hex key. As you can see, we've got 4 bolts, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And you just want to crack those loose. You don't need to really loosen them a lot. So start at the top left. Loosen that about half a turn, maybe a little more. Go to the bottom, loosen those. Because all I want to do here is I want to loosen it enough to where the bar can rotate. So I'm going to make a mark where my bar is today. Loosen that just a little bit more. There we go. So just very, very small rotations make a big difference. Now, I'm actually very happy with where my bar is right now. So I'm just going to put it right back to where I had it before. And I'm going to tighten those back up. You want to make very small changes at a time. Go out and ride your bike, maybe put it on the trainer, whatever it is you're trying to find that level of comfort for, make really small changes. And I'll quantify that. I would say no more than maybe 1/8 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch would be a pretty dramatic change. So maybe 1/8 of an inch at a time, up or down, whichever you're trying to achieve. And then when you go to tighten these back up, if you have a carbon handlebar or an aluminum handlebar, you can go on to Park Tools, a really good site to find torque specs. And it'll tell you if you've got a carbon handlebar, what your torque spec is. If you've got an aluminum handlebar, what your torque spec is. Sometimes it'll even go as deep as to reference if you've got 4 bolts versus 2 bolts, what your torque spec should be on each bolt. I've got a carbon bar, so I don't want to over torque it. I'll end up cracking the bar. This bike is on my trainer right now, so I don't really need it super tight, just enough to where it doesn't spin. Do a little bit more up at the top. Good tug, it's nice and tight. And that's it, guys. So if you're having issues in your wrist, shoulders, elbows, you just can't seem to get comfortable while on the bar, whether that's on your trainer or on the road, try that. Loosen up your stem bolts, twist your handlebar up or down just a touch, tighten them back up, take it out for a spin and see if that doesn't fix it. Thanks so much for watching. Like the channel, thumbs up the video, and we'll see you on the next video.